Hi everybody, my name is Miss Edwards. In this video, we are going to focus on writing captions. Our focus question is, how did trench warfare shape the experience of individual soldiers in World War I? Our objective is to explore the ways trench warfare shaped the experience of individual soldiers during World War I. Let's get into it. Have you ever looked at a picture and you were left wanting more information about the picture? Perhaps you could identify the who, the what, the when, the where, but it didn't really tell you the why. Or you had a picture that showed the why and the where, but you weren't sure about the when. Captions usually give a little more information about the picture. For the most part, when you have a picture and a caption, you can contextualize. We can find answers to the 5W questions. It's important to note that it's common to not get all the answers for questions just by looking at pictures and captions. Sometimes you have to do research, you have to watch videos, you have to read texts. So today we're going to write some captions, but before we write captions, I want us to look at some pictures. In a previous video, we looked at the causes for World War I. Now we want to focus on what happened during World War I. These are some of the pictures from World War I. So let's contextualize. I see soldiers, I see a machine gun, I see a gas mask. I think the machine gun was an important weapon used in World War I, and soldiers wore masks because chemical weapons were used. I wonder who were these soldiers. Let's look at another picture. I see a river, I see a trench, I see several soldiers with guns. I think the trench was used as protection. I wonder, why are they situated next to a river? Like, what are the benefits and what are the drawbacks of being by a river? And does this river flood? Let's look at another picture. So I see soldiers in the field, many soldiers who were killed, a large crater. I think this is a picture of no man's land, and I think the soldiers are looking for survivors. I wonder if the soldiers found any survivors. Our last picture. So I see soldiers with their eyes covered with bandages. They're holding on to each other to walk. I think the soldiers covered their eyes because of chemical weapons. I wonder how long they had to wear these bandages. We see that we still have questions. We will need to get more information about these pictures in order to write captions. Let's do some research. You are going to watch a video to get more information to write captions. You are also going to read a text. You're going to read the text dulce e decora as well. And if you feel like you need to do additional research, by all means, do so. You've done your research. Now you're going to write captions using sentence expansion. In a previous video, I discussed that sentence expansion is a strategy we can use to write more detailed sentences. But we want to write captions that help us answer the who, what, when, where, and why. We're going to create sentences that are a little more detailed. So we have this sentence and it could use a little more information. Okay, so soldiers use machine guns. So that tells us the who and the what, but we still don't know when, where, and why. Okay, so we want to expand this. So when, during World War I, where, in battles in Europe, why, to win battles, and we're going to expand the sentence. So during World War I, soldiers used machine guns to win battles in Europe. So we're going to put that caption here. Okay, let's look at the next one. Trenches protected soldiers. So this tells us the what, the who, and the why, but it doesn't tell us the when and the where. Okay, so we could add a little more detail to help our viewers understand more. In World War I is the when, in northern France and Belgium. And what's our sentence? In World War I, trenches protected soldiers fighting in northern France and Belgium. So we're gonna put that caption right here. Let's look at this other sentence. No man's land was dangerous. So this tells us the what, but it's missing the who, the when, the where, and the why. So let's practice writing that. So who was no man's land dangerous for? For soldiers. When, from 1914 to 1918. Where, spaces between the trenches. Why, the soldiers were exposed to artillery, machine guns, and barbed wire. Okay, so from 1914 to 1918, no man's land was dangerous for soldiers because they were exposed to artillery, machine guns, and barbed wire. So we're gonna put that caption right here. This is our last one. Chemical weapons were used. This tells me the what. It doesn't tell me the who, when, and where. And just a quick note, sometimes you don't always need to answer all of the questions, but sometimes, so I just intentionally left off why, because that would become a little redundant because we know from the previous pictures the why. Chemical weapons were used. So the who, Allied and Central Powers, when, during World War I, where, in battles in Europe. Okay, so let's look at our expanded sentence. During World War I, chemical weapons were used by Allied and Central Powers in battles in Europe. So we are going to put our caption here. Let's recap. When we look at pictures, we gather information, but it's normal to be left with questions. Pictures and captions can help us contextualize. I hope this video helped. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Peace.